hope the campfires are going well and you've had an opportunity to share some stories. And I'm going to ask you to text your ahas to the same number, 22333. Our promise to you is to share the ahas out. You can't do all the topics, but we want to share information about each of the topics to you.
Okay, table number 1 and table number 2 are defining what a successful chapter looks like. Indicators of chapter health, benchmarking dashboards, and measuring success. That's tables number 1 and 2. Table number 3 and table number 4 are helping components grow their membership. 3 and 4 are helping components grow their membership. Tables 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, and 7 are motivating chapter leaders to engage with members, recruit new members, and event attendees, participate in headquarters events, and give the association all their money. Tables number 8, 9, 10, and 11, that's 8, 9, 10, and 11, are orienting and onboarding chapter leaders. Orienting and onboarding chapter leaders. Is she doing the closed caption thing here? Tables 12, 13, 14, 12, 13, and 14 are scaling Mount Everest programs and resources to different size chapters. That's scaling programs and resources to different size chapters for tables 12, 13, and 14. And 15, 16, 17, and 18, it's the hot topic this afternoon, 15, 16, 17, and 18 are virtual chapters. Very good. Okay, we all square?
All right, let's go. As we look to bring our campfires to a close and to extinguish the fires, I had 2 requests from a couple of groups. The first is, apparently everyone said, and this I quote, "We've searched high and far for someone who has a virtual chapter that's working." And there he is, there he is.
Very, very quickly, this is a group of individuals, professionals that were in Alaska and Hawaii, and they said, we can't meet. How do we make this happen? And so they organically created the virtual chapter. They've been going on for about 2 years, very successful. They're about 100 members now. Everything is done virtually.
The other question I had, which was related, is there anybody here using an online community that is not HireLogic or Slack?
So we actually have 2. I only manage one of the 2, thank God. So our chapters, we just launched, they're all on Star Chapter platform, and Star Chapter has an online forum. So we just launched that for all of our chapter leaders, so board member can have access to that to communicate with one another. And then at the global level, we're on Personify for that online community.
So I did a shameful plug a little while ago about the ROI project, and somebody went to, they did exactly what I asked them to do, which is go to our website and check out the ROI blogs. Well, it turns out we have a brand new website. Anybody here ever had a brand new website? And technology is always our friend, right? Well, I have to confess that there are more than 1 or 2 or 7 or 12 broken links. So this weekend, I think Peggy and I are going to be spending our time. Peter is going to be spending his weekend repairing broken links. But what I will do, I will promise this, and I will get this done, is sometime next week we will send everybody an email with the unbroken links so you can check this thing out, because I think it's a really important project, and I really hope we get a lot of participation, because I think at the end of the day, we could all end out like Patrick, who flies in here on the GBTA Gulfstream. It's really great. I mean, he gets a private jet flying him back and forth. What more could you ask for? Just go tell your boss that you generate $2 million a year, and boom, there you are. Coach class on a Gulfstream is pretty nice.
Yeah, really? Come on. So, with that scary story about technology, which is appropriate around a campfire, would you not say? we are going to extinguish our campfire. And we're going to move back to our wonderful slide deck and back to our final session. Actually, before we get to our final session, I have to tell you that, and again, you know, talking while I'm doing this is kind of, you know, there we go. We have a few housekeeping, and then we're going to have you do your final session of the day. How are you guys doing? Awesome. Did you have some good conversation? There were some good ahas. We're going to keep that open so you can continue to put information in. Can I get the one, the only, the real? Such a sigh. Mark, bring us to the front, please.
So, am I the only one, or is there anyone else here that's feeling really inspired and energized about what we're learning today? So, I want to share with you that between today and this time next year, when we hope to see you all back again, we have a way to continue this in a city near most of you every month through our chapter roundtables. How many have been out to chapter roundtables? All right. So every month we're meeting in 5 different cities, 3 here in the greater DC area. So we're in Reston, downtown DC, and Alexandria. And for those of you in Chicagoland, we do one out by the airport and another one downtown. We meet together for an hour. We bring lunch in. It's not about Bill Highway or Mariner or anyone else. We just facilitate these types of conversations around a lunch table to get CRPs and folks that work with components together to do exactly what we did today. And so we would love to invite you to continue the conversation and being part of those. So the only month that we're not doing them in DC is in December because we're doing a holiday happy hour instead. So holiday happy hour, if you're in the greater DC area, is on December the 4th. So Bill Highway does a lot of teaching at some of the ASAE events. In fact, I'm leading a session on Tuesday for the Associations at Work conference here in DC. And then we're also speaking at, Sarah, what's the one in December?
Tech.
At Tech, and so we're building a happy hour around Tech. So that's on December 4th. But if you go to Bill Highway website, find your way to the events section, you'll see all of that and you can register for that. But really what I wanted to promote the most are these our monthly roundtables, because we'd love to see all of this type of collaboration continue to happen. So please check that out and come out and see us. Awesome.
Thank you, Mark. I'm going to go back because you were also going to talk about, do you like how I help you there?
You always help me, Peggy.
Yes. You were going to talk about all the chapter resources.
So I'm also going to talk about all the chapter resources. This is what happens when someone asks you to come up and talk at the last minute.
Okay, it's not the last minute.
So listen, Bill Highway is all about doing everything that we possibly can to invest into our association friends that we work with every day. So we try to compile things that we hear about that you all are doing a great job with. Because if Wes is doing a great job on something, maybe instead of someone else having to reinvent that, he will just kind of let us not have to reinvent the wheel, but kind of use that. So as we meet with folks, we try to collect these things and put them out on what we call our knowledge bank. So if you go to billhighway.com, again, find your way to our knowledge bank. There's articles, there's white papers, there's templates, there's chapter playbooks. We love that we get to do monthly webinars with Peter and Peggy. We record all of them, and so you can go and scroll through all of our old webinars. We've got another one coming up, as you mentioned, in November on tech tools you can't live without, or chapter tools that you can't live without. So if you're not able to be at any of that live, it's all stored there for you as a resource. And then everything that we do together, if you come out to a roundtable, you get a CAE credit for it. You get 8 credits for being here today, so we're ASAE certified in that regard. So how did I do? All right?
You did. You did excellently. All right, the very last thing we want to mention, we've mentioned it before, we'll mention it again. We are going to we're going to do again the chapter benchmarking study. It's coming up in, it's going to be launching in mid-November. you will, by virtue of the fact that you've been here, we will certainly encourage you to do that. But if you want to go to the Survey Monkey, which is this QR code, or surveymonkey.com, or got to chapters, you can not only opt into the survey, but here's the coolest thing. You can pose the question or the answers that you are looking for, and as we put together the survey, we will attempt to pull in your questions. So if you're something you want to make sure is on that survey, go ahead and go to that.